Volcan El Teide in Tenerife, Spain. Mount Teide is a volcano on Tenerife in the Canary Islands, Spain. Its summit at 3,718 meters is the highest point in Spain and the highest point above sea level in the islands of the Atlantic. If measured from the ocean floor, it is at 7,500 meters, the fourth highest volcano in the world, and is described by UNESCO and NASA as Earth's third tallest volcanic structure. Teide's elevation above sea level makes Tenerife the 10th highest island in the world. Teide is an active volcano. Its most recent eruption occurred in 1909 from the El Chinyero vent on the northwestern Santiago rift. The United Nations Committee for Disaster Mitigation designated Teide a Decade Volcano because of its history of destructive eruptions and its proximity to several large towns, of which the closest are Garachico, Icod de los Vinos and Puerto de la Cruz. Teide, Pico, Viejo and Montaña Blanca form the central volcanic complex of Tenerife. The volcano and its surroundings comprise Teide National Park, which has an area of 18,900 hectares and was named a World Heritage Site by UNESCO on June 28, 2007. Teide is the most visited natural wonder of Spain, the most visited national park in Spain and Europe, and by 2015 to the 8th most visited in the world, with some 3 million visitors yearly. Teide Observatory, a major international astronomical observatory, is located on the slopes of the mountain. Visit Teide National Park. Teide National Park is a stunning national park surrounding Mount Teide in the center of Tenerife. Mount Teide in the park is an active volcano, though it hasn't erupted since 1909. Teide National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is the most visited national park in Europe. Explore Teide National Park. Mount Teide is a volcano within a volcano. Millions of years ago a volcano exploded and left behind a 16 kilometers wide crater and, on its northern edge, a smaller volcano, Mount Teide. The whole area is now a weird volcanic landscape filled with lava rocks, lava streams and ash beds. Teide National Park is very beautiful as well as being very unusual and should be at the top of everyone's to-do list when visiting Tenerife. The crater is edged by a craggy rim known as La Caldera de las Canadas. These rocks have been eroded into very interesting rocky structures. Even more weirdly shaped are the lava rocks called the Roques de Garcia. One of these, the Cincado, appears in many photos of the park. The Cincado is more eroded at the base than the top, giving the impression that this huge rock will topple at any moment. The view of the Cincado with Mount Teide behind it is one of the highlights of the park. As well as some wonderful rock formations, the Teide National Park is home to the wonderful Tolkian wildpradai, also known as Teide Vipers buglas. These amazing plants have 2 meters tall reddish spikes in early summer. May, June is the best time of the year to see many of Teide's plants in flower. A single road crosses the crater, known as Las Canadas, and this leads to a parador and a cable car. The cable car takes you close to the summit of Mount Teide and offers great views of the surrounding park. A 40-minute fairly strenuous hike takes you from the cable car to the crater. If you want to hike to the top, you have to apply beforehand for a license, which is valid for 1 day only. Visit the Reservas de Parques Nacionals website for a license. The license is free, but we recommend that you reserve in good time as numbers are limited. The summit of Mount Teide is at 3,718 meters, making it the tallest mountain in Spain. Mount Teide is also the third tallest volcano in the world. There are 2 visitor centers in the park with lots of information about how the dramatic landscape came about, and there is a restaurant and bar. There is also an observatory, the Observatorio del Teide, on the east side of the park. If you want to really have the chance to explore the surreal landscape, then a stay at the Parador de Canadas del Teide is not to be missed. It is set right in the park, very close to the Roques de Garcia. If you want to stay in the park but pay a bit less, then the Alta Vista Refuge at an altitude of over 3,000 meters could be what you are looking for. Teide National Park was voted one of the 12 wonders of Spain in a national TV and radio competition in 2007. It is the most visited national park in Spain and Europe and the 8th most visited in the world. If you are visiting Tenerife without a car, there are buses from Costa and Puerto de la Cruz. Weather conditions in Teide National Park are more extreme than for the rest of the island, and in winter snowfalls on the peak of Mount Teide, and in summer temperatures can reach 40 degrees Celsius and more. Teide Volcano hike is figuratively and literally breathtaking. Mount Teide is 3,718 meters high, which makes it the highest point in Spain and islands of the Atlantic. It is located on Tenerife, Canary Islands. The peak is accessible in a variety of ways. You can hike to and from it, or you can use a cable car for one or both directions. And even if you go by the cable car, there are still several hundreds of meters to hike to reach the crater. How to hike Teide Volcano. The summit of the volcano can be reached either on foot or by a cable car. Depending on your fitness level, adventurousness and other plans for the vacation, you can choose the best way how to get to the top of the world. As for me too, I enjoy slowly ascending mountains and being increasingly amazed by extraordinary views, so I chose to go up on foot. How long does it take to hike Mount Teide? As usual, this depends on your fitness level. It took me 5 hours to get to the cable car on the top of the volcano. Going up is a bit tricky. At first, it is all fine and easy. However, after the first few kilometers, the ascent gets steeper and the air is thinner. Along the way, there are large boulders to round pieces of stone. They have been formed from the lava flow, broken away from it and rolled down the mountain like snowballs. Or more like lava balls. I haven't seen anything quite like it before. Some people I was climbing with noticed that in the beginning, they were playing with photo settings, snacking, talking and overall excited and active. The higher they climbed, the more power-saving mode their bodies experienced. At the top, we were all concentrating to make the next steps, and we didn't have much energy for endless photos. The climb is totally worth it. Impressive views of the surrounding island and Atlantic Ocean reveal themselves slowly and give a sense of accomplishment. My coach potato body could do this could climb to this awe-inspiring height. Probably yours can too, right? Hiking Mount Teide with a cable car. You can choose to go up or down using the cable car. Usually, there is a queue for getting the tickets. One way to avoid the queuing is to buy tickets online. The cable car ride takes around 10 minutes. Can't even compare that with 5 hours of hiking up the mountain. Like us and join us at Extreme Collections for more fun and knowledge.